Welcome to FurCast, episode 389.
Oh,
I think we're in FurCast 389.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was opening. You asked if anyone else wanted to open the show.
I said if anybody else, and I don't think you ever said
Faye
yes.
actually did say yes. I can guarantee
he did?
he said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally missed that.
It's okay. This actually worked. Hey guys, welcome to FurCast episode number 389. 3, 2, 1.
Hey,
everyone. Welcome to FurCast.
We're not even reading the same line.
Let's say, hey,
389. Just say
389.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
389.
Wow. That was a very powerful 389 for everybody.
Episode.
We're off to a strong start.
Anyway,
Strongest will be.
welcome to FurCast episode 389 in the hellish
I
year
do
of
love
2020.
Sorry,
What?
interrupting you, but sorry. I do love that even after 389 episodes, we still fuck up the opening.
Oh yeah, that's our thing, man.
It's like The Simpsons.
That's like, yeah.
We still fucked it up. I was not on 389, so that's my excuse. What's yours?
Well, you know our testimonial, right? Our famous testimonial
Which one?
by the guy who owned the radio station that judged us really hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who said that
we do
we're
everything.
I did watch that.
He said that we are professional about
Insanely
everything we do until we open our mouths.
They're insanely professional about everything they do.
Yeah.
Until they open their mouths.
That's our testimonial.
I also like that the episode that they were reviewing had more views than their episode. That made me sad.
Oh, hell yeah.
And also kind of like, aw, they're trying. And I think they commented on that too. They're like, these people have more views than us.
Anyway, welcome to FurCast episode 389. It's probably going to be a shorter one. I know we always say that, but genuinely, we're all pretty tired, so we're going to see if we can get through this.
It is the truth for me.
Yeah, it's the truth. We're sponsored by Twin Tails, though, this episode. TwinTailCreations.com. We'll talk about them more later in the show, but we do have coupon codes that can get you up to 20% off on their silicone products, and the coupon code is Red Wolf. That's it.
Are you doing any Halloween specials? I need to get in contact with them more.
Am I going to get away with, like, just saying that?
I don't think he noticed.
I don't think he noticed.
That's okay.
Or Blue Fox if you're kinkier.
You brought it up.
I know I did. Anyway, we have a bit of a roundup and maybe a little bit of news. And I think we actually do have an email. So, maybe we could, even though it's a shorter show, maybe we could actually get through all the segments.
We can have a mini.
A little FurCast mini. Maybe like micro fetish FurCast.
Ew.
Ew? Why ew? Why why
I don't like micro.
You don't like micro?
It's weird.
I think it's cute.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't judge other people who do.
Oh, you're more of a macro person, aren't you?
Yeah.
I like macro a little bit more just because I think it's hilarious and I like kaijus.
I mean, I think all of it's hilarious. I think Vor is probably the funniest. Like, it's cute, like, in an adorable way. Like, the fact that, I don't know, it's just like a cultural thing that, like, one of my friends was in this Vor chat on Telegram, and apparently, every time they roleplay with this one guy, people, like, make separate Telegram accounts to roleplay as this one character, and then when they get eaten, they, like, become part of that guy's account, or they, like, I don't know if they merge accounts or they give that guy permission over that account. So over time, there are fewer and fewer people in the Telegram chat. And then all of the other users talk through that guy's user. That's what it is. He gives his user account out, or that character's account out, or whatever, to other people. So then there's less and less, like, users in the chat room, but then there's more and more people talking under the same, yeah.
That's overly complicated.
I don't know.
It's overly complicated in the perfect furry way.
It is like the
I am saying it's overly... I'm tired. I can't talk today. Everything I say sounds like sass. And
that's normally you.
But only half of it is actually meant to be sass.
Yeah.
As normally all of it's meant to be sass.
Really? Normally everything you say? Oh, you're
Pretty
saying that
much.
every sassy thing you've ever said to me is you're in...
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Not necessarily that it's meant to be true. It's just meant to be sass.
Right.
So there's a difference.
Well, anyway, also, happy Thanksgiving to all of our listeners from Canada. We haven't had our Thanksgiving yet. Instead, here in the U.S., we celebrate a racist guy. So
actually, they
great.
changed it.
Oh, really?
It is Indigenous People
It is?
Day.
Oh,
Yep.
About time.
Yep.
That's good. Although I have a medical procedure on that day, so I don't really get to enjoy my day off.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I have an upper endoscopy.
Oh.
Yeah, stomach ulcer. Well, I don't have a stomach ulcer anymore, but now they're just checking it.
Oh.
Yeah. So got that to look forward to.
Got a deep throat, a camera.
Yeah, I don't normally take dick that, like
That
I don't,
long?
I don't normally suck that much, so it's okay. They knock you out for
Tops.
it. Yeah, top problems.
Tops never stop saving you more.
Or do they never mop? You stick to the floor.
It's an inside joke, just so everybody knows.
There's a store called Tops.
Yeah, there's a local store called Tops. And
It's a grocery store.
Yeah.
And there's two.
Do you shop at Tops?
I don't shop at Tops.
No,
No,
Tops is over expensive and it's really bad.
No, I feel like Tops is where the bottoms go because that's where you get tops.
I don't go to Tops.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a grocery store chain here named Tops.
I go to Aldi or Walmart. Aldi when I feel like being cheap. Walmart when I want to splurge.
Yeah. All right, anyway.
When I need more.
All right, let's jump into the roundup.
Can you jump?
Yeah.
You're not jumping.
It's the wrong bell. That's the wrong sound effect for the roundup.
It's a cow.
Moo.
Welcome to the roundup. Roundup is the segment
Stop it.
where we throw a bunch of links at you that you can check out on your own after the show. This is our rapid fire news segment. We're going to jump right in. And unfortunately, we're going to jump in with some politics stuff, but don't worry, we're going to get through it really quick. So don't worry about it. But
I'm worried.
What are the ones like the town criers though? Like in the movies where they have the bell and they're like, "Hear ye, hear ye."
see, I think you need a different cowbell for that. I feel like that's not the right kind of cowbell.
It's actually it's a town bell.
Town bell thing. Like,
It's a hand chime dealio. I don't have one.
but I feel like it's like a slower ding. It's like a dung. Like it doesn't like.
It's
flail.
like for the bell, it's how you shake it, and that's how fast it goes. That's how you control the tempo of the bell, is from how fast you shake it.
See how you're teaching things. That's good.
I know.
There we go.
It's like you're
It's also like you can change the
professional.
dynamics if you hit it harder.
Anyway, roundup. This is the roundup. First thing. So you guys might remember that in the U.S. we have this thing called the Supreme Court, and recently it got potentially fucked. Well, already we do not have good signs. So two of the justices have already basically said that, well, they will not take a particular case that was being pushed. They basically said, if you can give us a better one, we'll take it. And that case might possibly overturn, I always mispronounce this, it's Obergefell? Or
Obergefell.
Obergefell? I forget what it is. Anyway, it is the case that legalized gay marriage in the U.S., which means, yes, they might reverse legalizing gay marriage.
I can't wait to go back to 1950s.
I just,
I miss the 1950s so much.
Yeah, I have another article about it here.
Where gays didn't exist.
Now, granted, it was only two justices that mentioned this. We don't know what the rest of them think. Also, there is a slight chance that even if they did take a case, it wouldn't get approved for that. And also, chances are, because of all the COVID stuff that's going on, they're not going to be able to fulfill the other seat with a conservative person, we hope. And we also hope that this election that's coming up in a couple weeks will go well. We really don't know. Again, I know people don't like to talk about politics, but unfortunately, the U.S. might get plunged into another 40 years of bullshit. So,
just 1950s, where women are back in the kitchen, gays didn't exist.
Yeah.
And
if you do,
they did exist. They just had all the AIDS.
And if you do
That's the
live in the
80s.
U.S., please vote. Please vote. Please.
How do you vote?
But one last
how do
thing
you vote?
I'll mention, even if they overturn that law, each state in the U.S. has separate same-sex marriage laws in the U.S., and most of them aren't great. Now, we happen to be lucky because we live in New York, and if you live along pretty much most
Any
of...
democratic state.
Yeah, pretty much most of these liberal states, you're okay. But if you're in Texas, not only do they not recognize gay marriage or civil partnerships, they don't recognize them even if they're from other states. So even if you legally lived in another state and got married and went to Texas, they will not recognize it. Now, again, right now, this doesn't matter because of the Supreme Court decision, but that could change. So I will link the Wikipedia article for the state laws in.
God, we live in
just
such
case.
great times.
Yeah, it's just,
it's best generation to live in. It's
a good year.
Yeah.
This, so you can't say good year because this is going to set the precedent for like the next 40 years.
I know.
Now, speaking of one more little thing in politics, there is a really creepy
love this.
alt-right group called Proud Boys, which are really kind of horrifying group of people. But anyway, they use the hashtag Proud Boys, and a bunch of gay people decided, well, we'll be the Proud Boys, and they started spamming the hell out of it, including even A person who represents the Canadian Forces and U.S. Twitter account even tweeted celebrating gay rights.
Furries,
So,
you know what to do.
yeah.
Start posting Proud Boys.
Well, what's funny is there was a joke that they were going to change their name from Proud Boys to Leathermen. Sure, that'll go well. Next, in the roundup, Anthrocon put out an announcement that they will be delaying, as you might expect, registration for 2021. Just saying that they're really not sure. They're going to do, if they are going to do hotel registrations, they're going to delay that until a later time, and they're just really not sure. They put out a tweet about it. Now, slightly related to that, my friend Simon Fox, by the way, Simon, I don't know if you're listening, but love you, you're awesome. Simon is one of the technical video operators for Anthrocon. We work with him all the time on AV staff. He put out just a general tweet thread about the fact that you might actually see some cons come back in 2021. And the point he tries to make in the thread is that although they're probably going to get a lot of shit for that, and although that will be very risky, there's a few cons where if they don't come back in 2021, they will go bankrupt. And so there might be some cons. Of course, obviously, most cons are going to try to work around that and try to find exceptions. But based on a lot of the contracts these cons are under, they may be forced to effectively put on an event because there will be no legal protections for them in 2021 to not put on an event.
Well, because most cons, don't they already have pre-planned, or the plans that were set for 2020 is then pushed forward to 2021?
Yeah, that was the exception that was made
for that year. And if the state takes the exception, like, you know, Florida or something like that, where like all mask mandates are completely stopped and there's no kind of official guidelines to, you know, prevent a large gathering from happening, you kind of have to keep going with it, or, you know, face that, you know, $20,000-$30,000 fee of, hey, you now have to pay us for that bailing out a contract.
If not more. I mean, I'm pretty sure the convention center Anthrocon said, I mean, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars being involved there. I don't actually know. I mean, I am AV staff, but I'm not saying that's what Anthrocon spends. I'm just saying it's up there with that level of money for the different departments that go on. I mean, even just, you know, especially when you start talking labor union fees and insurance for all that kind of stuff. And then
we talked about this when cons were like still like in states were still going on. Like you had Sin City Mercon and stuff like that, where like the states didn't close. And people were like, how could you have a con? It's like, if you've never ran a con, you can't just be like, oh, well, I don't feel comfortable running this convention anymore.
Yeah.
Even though I booked all of the space in convention space, you still have to do it.
Well, and no con wants to be the first con after COVID because it's going to get a lot of shit.
And that's a lot of pressure.
Now, hopefully, whatever con does do this in 2021, first of all, hopefully they do everything as safely as they can, but also hopefully they just communicate very well that this is why they're doing it, and they understand that most people aren't going to want to come. And
I mean, has anyone done any like testing with fursuit masks? Like someone coughing in suit and seeing the spread? Like they've done it with like all the different types of masks, but I haven't seen anyone do it with a fursuit head.
I don't think so.
And I want to see someone sneeze like in a fursuit hat and see what the actual the spread is. I don't think it'd be far. I think it would actually be better than what a regular cloth mask would be. But again, we don't have any scientific data.
You also got people in rooms. You also got dealer's den. You also got the dance. You also got concerts.
There's tons of other problems.
It's not just...
That's not just that. I'm just saying, like, mask-wise, I'm curious to what the spread is, just for like understanding. Like, how do they do those tests? Could we just do this test?
I don't know.
We can give it to Swift on Security to show them the...
Yeah. Swift on Security keeps making that point. Or trying to.
Because it's usually a black background, and then some kind of, like, UV light that recognizes the sneeze, and you need a slow-motion camera.
You're talking about Schlieren photography.
Probably.
Yeah. Schlieren photography is pretty cool. I don't know if that's necessarily the scientific way to do it, though, but I don't know. Anyway, next in the roundup, furries have destroyed Google search. If you now search, apparently, cheese wedge on Google in some regions, the auto-suggest is for circles. Yeah. Let's try it right now. Google. Oops, cheese wedge. Let's do cheese wedge images. Circle. There it is. At the top there. And then you find circles. And then immediately, yeah, furry vor. Oh God, that devolves very quickly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I liked Minecraft being one of the later ones.
Yeah. But yeah, so just so you guys know, we've destroyed Google image search algorithm there. Next in the roundup, Pittsburgh, good news for Anthrocon though, has finally filled the sinkhole. Thanks for the memes. 10th Street sinkhole with the bus that was sticking out. You guys remember that? Yeah. It's gone now.
October
Wow.
8th.
Almost a whole year.
A whole year almost that sinkhole is there.
Yeah.
We all missed a huge opportunity, you know? We should have went down there to take a picture with it. It was only like a 2-hour drive for us.
Yeah, but it would be 4 hours of driving for a sinkhole.
For a sinkhole. Yeah.
But it's memories that we could have had.
It is. It is. We never got to experience it at a con.
What a
Anyway,
shame.
next in the roundup, we mentioned on 1 or 2 episodes ago, there was a trailer for a new kind of animated show on Apple TV Plus called Wolfwalkers. Well, they have recently tweeted a second and different trailer for that.
Wolf, wolf, hunt them far and yonder.
But it seems like a cute little cartoon. I'm not going to...
I love that they have the...
You're a wolf walker. You're a wolf when you sleep. What? A girl when you're awake. Robin, something's happened to me. Yeah, I can see that. It's flippin' great. You're a wolf now.
It just looks really cute, though.
And I think the two girls are like, have a romance in it.
Oh, really?
If you keep watching, I think near the end, they like have a cuddle thing.
Oh. Yeah.
I think.
It definitely seems...
I love the accent, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe
It's
they do.
Irish, I believe.
Scared them off.
I also like the animation style. It's very, like, kind of
It's
sketch.
See? There.
Yeah. Aw.
They have a little nose cuddle.
They do a boop. But yeah, so you guys can check that out. It comes out December 11th.
Fuck Apple TV.
Hey, that's my birthday.
Yeah. You can do Apple TV Plus. I believe you can set up for trials. So if you don't currently have an Apple TV Plus subscription, you can get like I think they do like couple month trials or something like that. Or I think if you buy some of the recent Apple devices, you actually get like a year for free. But yeah. Next, interesting tweet about best practices for reporting individual identification using camera trap photographs. So this is talking about like when you see an animal in a camera trap, how you can actually use like their fur patterns to try to make sure that it's the same animal that you're seeing every time, which I thought was pretty cool. Some people might be interested in reading that, the actual whole white paper on it. It's very long, but you can download the PDF from ScienceDirect.com. So we'll have that linked in. That's the end of the roundup.
Twilight, those are actual Irish accents. I love when we hear our actual accents and not that bullshit leprechaun-ish. Leprechaun-y shit.
Yeah, leprechaunese. Leprechaunese.
That's a show title.
There you go,
Leprechaunese.
right there, show title.
And we're done.
And
Good night,
we're
everybody.
done. All right, thanks for coming, everybody.
Leprechaunese bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pot of gold, me laddies. That's me Lucky Charms.
Do you eat Lucky Charms? I feel like you would.
I ate a lot of Lucky Charms, and
good.
then it turned my
I
shit
feel like
green.
I feel like I knew somebody who lived in Ireland that really liked Lucky Charms, but you couldn't get them there. So they were like obsessed with I forget who it was. Or maybe they didn't live in Ireland. I can't remember. But I just remember there was who was it?
I love that they changed the pot of golds to fucking unicorns because the pot of gold was too racist.
How is that racist?
How is it racist?
I don't know.
I have a friend from Ireland, and he's actually about to watch. How is a pot of gold racist?
To leprechauns.
Are they from Republic of Ireland or are they from
They're from Cork.
Okay.
Hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers and blue moons, pots of gold and rainbows, and me red balloons. Was the
I
Easter
don't
one.
get the red balloons, though.
I don't know that either. I don't get the fucking unicorns, though.
Okay, you're trying to get a little
All I
bit
can
more.
think of is the Luft Balloon
'Cause is-
songs.
is-
Na-na-na-na-na-na.
Luftballons.
Luft balloons.
He's messaging me. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll find out how it's racist.
Tell me, how are pots of gold racist?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that fact.
If he doesn't answer, I'm going to actually just text him, like, how are pots of gold?
Anyway, if you guys want to... oh, by the way, I had to do a COVID test this week. It was interesting. It was my first COVID test. I had to get it for my doctor's appointment. I'm guessing neither of you care. Okay, well...
Oh, I'm sorry, I was texting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
It was interesting. It was definitely a lot. It ended up being... So I was kind of nervous about it just because, you hear about, like, what it's like to get the stuff shoved into your nose. It basically just makes you want to sneeze really bad. That's it. It doesn't hurt at all.
I guess I still fucking hate the unicorn. I just want my pots of gold back.
Why do you care?
Because they took away our pots of gold.
They don't taste any different.
It was our little bit of income that we got from our cereal.
Yeah, I wish you ate.
Yes.
You need all those little bits of income.
It's a little investment right there. It's an internal investment. Now you got fucking unicorns in you.
He says he doesn't consider it racist.
Does that mean that they're racist or that it just isn't a racist thing?
I don't know. I would ask them to call in, but they're very shy.
Oh, that's fine.
So
That's fine.
they would just...
As my headphones fall off here. All right, so do you want to jump into...
Why did Lucky Charms get rid of the pots of gold? The untold truth of Lucky Charms.
As if any of it matters, but...
I just want to know why they get rid of the pots of gold. That's all I want to know.
Well, isn't it in that article? You just found an article on it. Anyway, well, I'll talk about the COVID test. So the first thing is, I would assume that there are different tests in different regions just based on how they were able to distribute them. But the one that I had, the nose swab thing, it's like a really flimsy plastic thing. Like if you shook it, it's not like a hard, rigid stick or anything. And it's even finer than a Q-tip at the end. And I was really nervous that they had to like shove it way up your nose or whatever. But no, they don't. It's almost like if you've ever had like a nosebleed and you take toilet paper or whatever and you just like roll it up and you stick it in your nose, it's kind of like that. It almost felt like that. But, so they stick it in and you're like, okay, that's not bad at all. And then they start twisting it as they pull it out. And right toward the end, you're like, oh, I have to sneeze. And then, like, you don't want to sneeze on the person. So then you're just like, okay. And then they pull it out. And then finally, so what I would recommend, if you go to get a COVID test in your car, have a couple just, like, tissues in your car. Because you will spend most of the way home, like, needing to sneeze and probably sneezing. Because it was just, like, in the whole way home, I was like, okay. It doesn't hurt at all, though. It really doesn't. It's basically just, like, yeah, feels like you have to sneeze. But, and the new tests don't have to go as far as the old tests. So part of the reason was because initially when the tests were first coming out, they didn't have enough research to prove how far you needed to go in order to get a positive result. So most, nurses were just instructed, fuck it, shove it all the way in there. But nowadays they don't go in as far. So it's pretty harmless. So would recommend. And I was negative, by the way, which is nice. Luckily, they had like an online thing, so I was able to check that way. But yeah, it was interesting. And
the snoot test.
The snoot test.
But you had to boot the snoot.
And it was pretty well organized too. It was just like, hey, go to this parking lot K2, park in this exact spot, and then wait like 2 minutes, and then somebody comes over to your car, and then they do the test, and then you leave. And it was like, wow, that's all right.
That's cool.
Thanks, Nirok, for the quote on that. Thanks, that's great. Anyway, well, it's up to you guys what you want to do next. If you want to do news, or we can do email.
I have news, but just waiting, for this computer to like pick up speed for some reason. It's struggling.
Let me know when it's ready.
It's trying its best.
It's trying. It's probably, you have a lot of tabs open in that. The computer only has
It's like 15. It's not even 15 tabs. You have a lot of tabs open.
Well, yeah, but they all got ads and video and everything.
I can't help that part.
Oh, I should probably install that browser extension on there for you that blocks ads. I installed it on my profile, but it's not on your because you're logging into your account, so that's why it's not. Yeah, I'll help you with that in a minute. Anyway. Sorry. I accidentally hit the wrong button, sorry.
Yeah, I fucked up.
I fucked up. Here, we'll do it again.
New study confirms you can bond with cats by blinking slowly.
Okay.
Oh, is that all it takes? Hey, Maruski, I don't know if you're listening, but, you know,
That's too fast.
it's too fast.
You
You
gotta,
just got to do that.
yeah, you gotta.
Oh. Shroud, if you're listening too.
You gotta seduce.
Yeah, I hope if you're
Seduce
watching.
with the eyes.
Yeah. If there's
Sultry.
any cat furries.
Mm.
Cats are fucking easy. A new study published in the Scientific Reports has confirmed that a long-held belief of feline crazy pet owners worldwide that you can actually bond with your cats by sending them a slow blink. By sending a slow blink.
So like a communication protocol. Voltage links in chat. Well, I'm seduced. Nightly says knew that.
By narrowing your eyes, you can generate the equivalent of a smile for a cat.
The fuck?
Apparently, yes. Just narrow your eyes.
Give him the stank eye.
Paradox, narrow your eyes so the cats see a smile.
Wait, oh, and
Isn't that just called squinting?
in your camera?
You guys look
Narrower.
Really, you
Yeah,
look
we
really
look like we're
baked.
on drugs or something, yeah.
It's a cat smile, okay?
Cats apparently like you to be baked.
Yeah, cats, yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. That's why they take over when you're baked. That's why they're probably happy. By narrowing your eyes, you can generate the equivalent of a smile for a cat, which according to the authors makes the owner more attractive to their pet. The study is the first of its kind to confirm that cat smile theory.
Cat smile theory.
That's terrible.
And was carried out by an animal behavior experts at the University of Sussex. Two-pronged in its approach, it first looked at 21 cats from 14 different households to see how they responded when their humans sent them a slow blink. Just like the sent them a slow blink.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The experiments were held in the pets' homes, and once the cats were settled, the owners made eye contact with and narrowed their eyes from about a meter to 3 feet away. A second experiment looked at the additional group of 24 cats from 8 different households to see how they responded when the researcher, who was unfamiliar to them, sent a slow blink. They also wanted to look at how the exchange of a slow blink influenced whether or not a cat would come to investigate the upturned palm of a stranger when it is offered to them. Their findings revealed that felines are more likely to send their owners a slow blink when their owners do it. When the owners do it to them, sending fewer cat smiles when their owners don't interact with them at all. I hate the term cat smiles.
Yeah, I don't like it. Cat smile.
Just like the cat smile theory.
Don't give me that cat smile.
Cats are not allowed to
Don't give me
smile.
that cat smile. In the second experiment, researchers who had sent their new feline friends a slow blink before offering them their hand were more likely to be approached compared to those who maintained a neutral expression. Combined, the results showed that slow blinking constitutes a positive communication between cats and humans and can be used to establish a bond both between pets and their owners as well as cats and strangers. This is the first time that it has been experimentally proven that it is possible to build rapport with a cat by using a narrow eye technique.
The more it clarifies this, the more I just still don't believe it.
It's
Like, it's almost-
doing something.
The narrowing eye technique. Just go to the pet store and just start doing narrow eyes. at
Yeah,
cats.
just narrow eyes. Just seems weird. Just going. I feel like that. How is that more trustworthy?
Cats.
Seems suspicious, just like me. I like.
I
'em.
like them.
We just had the same thought on that. Right? It's like cat's like, seems suspicious, just like me. I like him.
I can relate to this.
I can relate. They seem like they might stab me in the back. I like them.
Nice.
It's a good human.
The eye narrowing techniques. The finding is interesting as the eye narrowing involved in slow blinking mirrors to some extent the expression made by humans when we smile.
No, no. Just trying to make random. No.
You look like you have gas.
I'm just trying to narrow my eyes when I smile.
Just let it out. It's healthier that way.
Better out than in, I always say.
Okay.
And a recent study established that it's possible to artificially boost your mood by pulling what is called a Dutchenine smile. Can you please
A Dutchenine oven?
Can you search this up? It's Duchenene.
Dutchenine muscular dystrophy.
No, Dutchenine
Yeah,
smile.
but that's what it autofilled.
So don't autofill it.
I know.
Just do Dutchenine smile.
Involves contraction about what? Dutchenine smile. I love all these examples.
What's
I don't know. It's just a type
Oh,
of
it's where you're smiling when you're like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The white person smug smile.
An exaggerated Dutchenine smile is associated with lying.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Faye, how many chins do you have in that picture?
There we go.
That's on the internet forever now.
I know. There's a lot of ones.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
you
like-
seen the amount of faces that are on the internet of me? It's staggering. It's actually a little frightening. Like I've literally become the man of 1,000 faces.
Yeah. There are a lot of phases.
And there are some faces I don't even know how I've
faces.
made. Oh,
Faces.
faces.
Ah! That was bad.
I know, that's why I rang the
The
bell.
Fae of 1,000 faces.
I'm gonna reverse ding that.
Oh.
Wait, you gotta get the chin. Danke. There we go.
You look like my French teacher. she
I'm
was-
gonna teach you some French today.
she also no. In order to speak like her, you have to like put your lips over because she never like her lips were over her teeth.
Okay,
She had teeth. There you go. That's what she looked like.
Okay, yeah.
She was my last French teacher.
Down.
I wonder if she's still alive. I don't know.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. And you always have to wear sandals.
Oh,
Always.
it's really hard to keep up this expression.
Yeah, it looks
Say
really-
something in French.
I don't know French. Omelette de fromage. Omelette.
Oh god.
Du fromage. How's that for your French teacher?
You also you look more like the bug guy from like Men in Black.
Sugar.
There you go.
That looked very painful.
It's just like, dislocating my neck down into my shoulders, That's no biggie. Boost your mood by pulling what is called a douche smile. It does. That is such a sarcastic, like. It's
I thought I had to sneeze again.
Gesundheit!
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I need to blow my nose. Do we have any tissues up here?
Not in here. You have to go in that lounge. There's
Okay.
ones on the shelf right out there.
Do, 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 do.
What? I said no. I know we have paper towels. Why do you need tissues? Just use paper towels. They're better anyway.
They're stronger. They're the
Yeah.
quicker picker-upper.
That's what I use. Yeah, I never use. I hate tissues. Anyway.
The one thing I don't like about having any kind of facial hair. It all gets damp. And it's really gross.
Whether the cat smile has developed through mimicking humans or as an innate behavior in these animals long before they were domesticated is not yet clear. But researchers hope that the findings can benefit animal welfare by including the bonds between cats and humans in a host of settings. As someone who has both studied animal behavior and is a cat owner, it is great to be able to show that cats and humans can communicate in this way, said Professor Karen. Just Professor Karen.
Professor Karen.
Professor Karen from the University of Sussex in a statement. It is something that many cat owners have already suspected, so it is exciting to have found evidence for it. Did you squint at your cats when you had cats?
No, I don't think I ever did. Maybe that's why.
The cats never trusted you because you didn't give them their sarcastic smile.
Yeah.
I miss the one cat that was an asshole that would come into your room and like scratch our feet.
Oh, I remember that. He would get bored and would just show up and start
Like
attacking us.
attacking feet.
Yeah.
I liked that cat.
Yeah.
The study is the first to experimentally investigate the role of slow blinking in cat-human communication, and it is something that you can try yourself with your own cat at home, or with cats you meet in the street. It's like with cats you meet in the street. I just love meeting those street cats and just.
Let's give it a cat smile. Kitty. It just seems something that like your weird uncle would do. Oh, yeah, I got a cat down the street. I always give it a cat smile. Come here, kitty.
That seems like a dad or an uncle like fact.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you squint at cats, they become your friends.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Well, they do. I've squinted at cats for years. That's why all the cats love me.
It just seems like one of those random weird uncle facts.
Try narrowing your eyes them as you would with a relaxed smile, followed by closing your eyes for a couple of seconds. You'll find that they respond in the same way themselves, and you can start a sort of conversation with your cat. Just slowly close your eyes.
Wait, we can talk to cats?
by slowly falling asleep with them.
Okay. Faye wants to sleep with all the cats.
Cats can't sass. That's it for that one.
All right. I unfortunately don't have anything else, really.
We can go on a break.
Actually, we could go on a break.
I have plenty of more news.
Well, it's more of a.
It's been one article.
I'm not saying that we're done with the news. We're just going on a break.
Yeah. Do you want to go on a break?
No, not yet.
It's hot, and I want to drink a water.
Fine. You go on a break.
Yeah. Let's do a quick
Such a
break.
bitch right now.
I think it's just a.
You parched?
Anyway, before we do go on a break, we should mention that FurCast is sponsored by TwinTailCreations.com. You can check them out at TwinTailCreations.com, where they have lots of high-quality, custom, and carefully made durable toys for reasonable prices. They also are really, really pretty looking. They also have custom colorations. You can ask them to surprise them, and they also have FurCast colorations if, for whatever reason, you want our Fursona colors going up your butt. They also ship discreetly in just brown boxes that just say TTC LLC on the return part. Same thing with the credit card transaction. It's all discreet. And they also ship internationally. And we do have some people who've ordered internationally and have had good success stories there. And they're part of our community. They're in our chat room. So they're degenerates just like you and me. So if you ever have questions, you can usually ask in there, and usually somebody from Twin Tails is in our chat, and they'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. And fans are also encouraged to reach out and share their experiences, which is always interesting, giving a review for that. But we do have an NSFW bot in the FurCast Telegram chat. By the way, FurCast Telegram chat, furcast.fm/chat. But as for Twin Tails, we also have coupon codes, so you can save upwards of 20% on silicone products. And those coupon codes are, as I put up a graphic for it, Red Wolf or Blue Fox. So you can use those on checkout. And then you can save some money.
Oh, they started their Halloween little tours too, little pumpkins and test tube things.
They might be. We will check. Let's see.
So we still have the little pumpkins and the little dragonborn.
Yeah, I don't know if they had started it yet. I know they were talking about it. Well, they have a lot of them that look like they're Halloween themed. But wow, they have a lot available. But yeah, I don't.
Well, enter the site. Or
Where do you want me to go?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's the inventory? Do they?
Inventory. What do they have? Wait time 1 to 3 days. Let's see.
For drops.
Oh yeah, they also have drops on their Twitter. Oh yeah, that's also useful. Definitely follow them on Twitter because every once in a while they have drops available, and those usually ship very quickly. As well. You don't have to like wait for a custom order to be produced. And usually they try to indicate the wait time on custom orders as well. So usually somewhere on their website they'll tell you like how backed up they are on the custom orders. But the ones that are already made, those ship quite quickly. Especially the drops, those ship in like a day. So.
Accessories? No, what are they? What are they? I thought they had like little like trinket.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, they have the cute little squishy things, which
Squishy
I use
buds.
those to hold up books in the lounge.
Squishy things. Go to the squishy buds. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, Halloween. There we go. Yeah. Hauntkin, Wolf Flask, and yeah, we've got a bunch of these, and they're really cute.
Yeah, the wolf flask is still stuck to our ceiling downstairs.
Really? In the kitchen?
Yes, for almost now a year.
Wow.
We literally tossed it up. The ghast, spooky ghast.
Yeah. They're great little toys. Yeah, they got all kinds of little accessories and stuff.
That thing has been up since before 2020.
Really? The one that you threw on our ceiling?
Yes,
Yeah.
It's become part of the house now.
Yeah.
I think I sent a picture to that in the.
I mean, I don't have a picture of it, but I do have...
It was in the Twin Tails chat, I believe.
Oh, it was. Let me see. Was it a photo?
It was video.
Video.
It's like if we go on break,
Here it is.
we can go downstairs and take a picture.
I have a video.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Right here. There we go. Well, that's the thing on the wall, but then... There it is. Stuck to the ceiling in the kitchen. Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
want to see the circle that it's going to leave whenever we take it down.
We just tossed it to the ceiling and it's stuck. So
I like hope it doesn't screw up the drywall or anything up there.
I think it's part of the house now. I honestly think it's melded to the house.
We move out and it's just still there.
Like it became like our Christmas and then it became the Hanukkah thing because we were laughing because it lasted for like 8 days, 8 crazy nights.
Yeah.
And then it became the New Year's memorial.
Yeah.
Because then it lasted until 2020. And then we just kind of just like, wow, I guess it's not falling down. Because we threw the other ones like up and hit the ceiling and they all came down.
Yeah.
For some reason.
This one is just still up there.
And what's funny is we threw it up there before and it like fell down like an hour or two.
Like, I wonder if it like did something to the paint so it's like actually stuck to the paint. Because I don't think it's suction anymore, right?
I don't even know anymore. Like I'm not gonna even test it. It's
I
just,
used to
it's its own entity now.
When I was in that bedroom down there, my subwoofer was right above that too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And that didn't knock it down.
That didn't change it. So it's just there. Anyway, all right, we're going to go on a quick music break, do our Patreon shoutouts. Patreon shoutouts are updating next week, by the way, so if you do have any changes, please get those in, because we're going to do updated Patreon shoutouts. And other than that,
So instead
Yeah.
they just imagined me as Grunkle Stan, and I don't like it.
You're listening to FurCast.
Support for FurCast comes from Patreon users, including Shaman the Photon Wizard, Dexy Wexy, Phaon, Energize the Wolf, Sweetie Darling, Barnaby Fox, Strike the Circle, Frost Blaze, Anu Fox, Omega Zai, Mullock the Generic Brown Wolf, Cypher the Heckmutt, X the Fox, Binary Paws, Zavarkin, Fireline Coyote, Trinity Werefox, Lord Headcheese, Biohazard, Code Yax, Fox 777, Fiasco, Red Eye the Rhodey Red Lion, Tukiri, Lieutenant Fox, Calypso Collie the Fluffy Trucker, Mellow Wolf, Rit the Otter, Doxy, Zoopy the Barcode Kitty, Arceus the Tiny Tiger, Horse Code Hooves Up, Donut, Alta Shep, Meru Snowmew, D Otter, Ski Sharp, Nick Liz, Nerd Hoof, Zenair the Mutt, Nether Lynx, Frost Wogon, Jeb M16, Static the Scrap Goat, Taru the Yellow-Nosed Doggo, Cronass, Jax the Husky, Fuzzy the Fox, No Name Horse, and Gaioellen.
Additional support comes from social media. Twitter users, Commander Wolf 3, Kazro Fox, Drop Table Foxes, Perp, House Tier, Anti-Blue Fox, Onyx Fox 23, BBQ Skunk, Rivik Wolf, John Crescent, Kaz the Dreg, Wolvern 4, Nate Blueberry 13, Belle Platagon, Jared Tamana, Cyrus SL, Crossy on Twitter at XSSFox, the other Commander Wolf on Twitter at ForWolf99, Reiner on Twitter at What's the Fuzz, Zelig on Twitter at Stealthy Dragon, Trashcat Danny on Twitter at Trash Danny, 12 on Twitter at The Lion Thing, Shua on Twitter at Pulsing Panther, Dakota Winter on Twitter at DakotaWolf12, Telegram user, Sorcerer Dale, YouTube channel, Joe G. Bear, and the following websites: macrowolf.com, arihu.com, hack13.me, Superdwarf with anthrolinks.net, and Devin D. Partlet with furryhockeyleague.com.
Additional support for FurCast comes from Shisha Sheppy, who's a good boy. For head bases and 3D printed goods, commission Tar Paw Studios at Alice Tar on Telegram. Silver Moonshine, maker of fluffy tails. Fisk Games, the new furry YouTuber on the block. At AlecGator300 on Twitter, creating pixel arts and being a filthy hybrid since 2012. Tantru with World in Rue View, providing fandom news since 2015. Honorius, who says, "One more cheese joke and someone's getting bored." Spurigs, one of the only Ethiopian wolf degenerates in all of furry land. Scar the Fur on YouTube, giving you bite-sized, detailed furry history. Kilo the Proto-Yote, who says Jessie is the best kitty. Cody Big Cat with Cody's custom auto and truck accessories. Come see us today at 625 East 1st Street in Vidalia, Georgia, for all your auto accessory needs. Light and Shadow, the wolves, keep furry possum. Patty, who says, "What Socks says is true." Socks, who says, "What Patty says is not true." Okay, listen, I was on about this like a year ago. It's time, all right? You two need to come together and start trusting each other. Our relationship should not be strained like this. For years we've been watching this play out, okay? All right, stop. You two need to talk. All right, and whatever relationship issues you guys have going on, well, we can do it right here. We can do the counseling right here. All right, I'm willing to help because I'm tired of seeing two friends fight it out like this and just not trust each other and have a grudge. This is just not okay. A message from @Grundy the Goat. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, "Son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns." Donran, munching those pizzas and writing those tunes. For an invite to the unofficial FurCast Minecraft server, message @Sashahina on Telegram. KobeCats.com. Take a bite out of art. We know you're hungry, so come get your paws and maws on a delicious piece of burger-priced art. Raiko's Furry Fortune Telling on Telegram @ObsidianFox. Saucy Fox, who says, "I'm trash." Raccoons HMU. Checkers the Dragon. Chess. is my safe word. Fishmeister Cod, still not a furry since February 2011. Nightly at snouts.online, who says, I want to see this community grow beyond meets and conventions. Permanent furry commune. When? Max Shepard, who has been watching since the Bacon Felony. Neon Wuff, who says, Oreo is a very good boy. Little_sunshine and Scootaloo with the unofficial XBN Xbox app at patreon.com/horseapps. FurCast's #1 wimpy fan, Tyler the Wesky. Shacky, the Maid Lord of Nordic FuzzCon. Visit the Maid Cafe at Nordic FuzzCon in Sweden. Chris Tale, on FA, specializing in Toonie art. The Church of Issoire, worshipping Lynx since the year Tuft. Rose Iron Husky, smell those sweet, sweet welds. Skycorp, creating transformative technologies for mature audiences at skycorp.global. Check out the SoCal Shepherd Show, wherever you get your podcasts. Disc Cookie, creating procedural beat maps for VR rhythm games. Kuranos, who says, circles are quite friendly and nice actually. Tekwin, TC Fox, and Kaiwana of the Infosec Den in Wellington, New Zealand. At Equinox on Twitter, who says, remember kids, neigh loudly, squeak often. Sylvan Scott, Grey Muzzle, Sorta Rider, and Tabletop Gamer. On Fur Affinity as Sylvan, with size-related stories and other speculative fiction. Shadowclaw Studios. Check out our Facebook page for links to our gaming streams. The Feline Support Alliance. A good kitty is a bitey kitty. Shacket Airlines. We always land on our feet. Silver Gatomon at patreon.com/Silver Gatomon. Cheetah Paws for a daily dose of bulgy arts. Support him at patreon.com/Cheetah Paws.
And a very special thanks to Blaze Fusky and Decibel Fox. Support for FurCast comes through Patreon, PayPal, cash donations, and from listeners like you. To become a patron and learn more about supporting FurCast, visit furcast.fm/support.
This is XBN.
All right. This is the best lo-fi hip-hop track, by the way. What You Gonna Do by Hensup. We got one more, and then we'll be back.
Stone and glass, everything balancing. Every saint has a sin. Won't it last? Resident, present, I don't even want to ask. All the light is low, where the time will go. All I know is that I can see anything out in the twilight. All is past, everything interesting. Is it new? Is it neat? Stone and glass, give me a reason. It ought to be easy to last. All the light is low, where the time will go. All I know is that I can see anything out in the twilight. And in between, eternally, and even fall is all that will appear to be. Our story's old and either end untold. The in-between goes on. Collect yourself and move into the street. Out in the twilight, the rest of our entire life is free. Out in the twilight, collect yourself and move into the street. Out in the twilight, the rest of our entire life is free. Out in the twilight.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. I already know what you're gonna do, so do it. Wow, it didn't. Ah! God, that's so bad. That's so bad.
I thought it was broken. Nope, it's just.
Just took a minute. Yeah, thank you for doing that right in the goddamn mic.
I hear the most annoying sound in the world.
I like how you just confirmed to yourself that it was the most annoying sound in the world, and then you thought maybe there just wasn't enough. Anyway.
I like just throwing it like a bomb, though. Like where you just like squeeze it. And then just launch it.
One second.
That is very you. You're Nico getting rid of it.
You're down the stairs.
That's less annoying.
Of course, he has another one.
It's less annoying.
It is less annoying. It's like, it's comforting.
It's not comforting, no. I'm just saying it's less annoying. I'm really too tired for it.
Can I just say that we are in the business of an audio podcast?
Yep. And these are sound effects.
Yeah.
That one doesn't do that. I can't throw that one like a bomb.
All right. We are back.
Or are we front? Diet root beer. It's actually pretty good.
All right. Do you want to jump into?
Just lip smacking noises. Just.
Yeah. You said you had more articles.
Oh, wait. Just.
Well, but you took a chunk and you didn't
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a sipping
He's
sound.
making a sound. Like he's got the ice tinkle. Like
Yeah. And the ice tinkle.
the ice tinkle.
That's another
Ice
show title. I love how you're like up against the mic as hard as you can, trying to swallow.
Let's see.
Here he goes again. This is.
Well, if anything is true, Faye knows how to swallow.
That'd be the least true in this room. I think you'll get a lot more experience.
I feel like you have the most experience of all of us, Nico.
Hey.
So I feel like you kind of.
This is all hearsay. They don't know if it's true or not.
I feel like you set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, like, I feel like you'd be the champion.
Considering you've sucked my dick and I haven't sucked yours, I feel like already.
Hearsay. No one.
Here's a heresy.
This is all lies. You have no proof.
I condemn you, sir.
There is no proof.
I challenge you to a duel.
Oh, I don't. I'm not saying audience. They can come up with whatever they want, but I have my own proof.
He's got
I'm
first-hand
It was
experience.
only like one time.
Yeah, it was one time.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? The reverse though. You know how many times that was? That was 0.
It's like drugs. All it takes is one.
It's not the 80s anymore.
That is the most dare thing. All it takes is one.
Yeah, the program that introduced kids to like all of the actual names of all the drugs and how to
Yeah, and how to
all
get
the secret names and how to get them and where
Yeah.
to get them from, and how all the drugs look like and all what the effects
and
of
how,
every single
and how
drug
they get
is.
caught so they can avoid it, and also a really attractive anthropomorphic lion.
I don't think it was that attractive.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it depends. There were different ones. Hold on. Let me look up Dare Lion. Oh, no, that one wasn't that great.
Look up Dare Lion Sexy.
Dare Lion.
I always used to take the pencils and just
Sexy.
change it to Dare to Drug.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Anyway, you said you had an article.
Yeah.
So as you said, you guys set yourself up for that one. See. Now, Smokey the Bear. There you go. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Oh, Dare Lion porn. There's a lot.
Are you Google imaging searching?
I did. Oh, why is that? That is
Troy-Lord.
not Dare Lion.
Troy-Lord, is Paradox that easy to request to suck? I mean, Nico and I have known each other for like 9
Request
years.
to suck.
It was.
Show title.
Request. Suck request.
Paradox. I sent you a suck request, and you've been ignoring it for years,
Oh, well, I'm so sorry.
and it just makes me concerned.
No, we've known each other for like 9 years.
Ugh. It's been a while.
I've known you for more, and I have not sucked any dick, so I take pride.
But you could. You're not a proud boy, though.
You take pride.
Not a proud boy. Touche.
Wow.
I am proud of that one.
I may look like a proud boy, but I am not a proud boy.
That was well played.
I may be tired, but I can still have some good thing.
Yeah.
Good jokes.
All right.
I do like suck requests as a show title.
Is it SUCC or SUCK?
There's both.
Yeah.
There's request to suck and suck.
I sent you suck request. Please respond.
I sent you suck request.
Suck request. Zuck suck. Thanks, Neeraj.
No, that's what Zuckerberg did to this country. The Zuck suck.
Ugh. That sounds like a really dirty sex move.
It does.
We're gonna do the suck tonight.
Oh, honey, I looked up this thing. It's called the Zuck suck. I'm gonna try it.
It's where you fuck the other person and let them come. Just
No,
like
that's the fuck suck.
No, just like when you Zuckerberg someone.
You got to steal all their ideas.
Who was the partner that got that Zuckerberg? I can't remember his name.
Well, it was the rowing people.
Oh, Winklevoss.
The Winklevoss
Yeah, the
twins,
Winklevosses,
yes.
yeah.
Mind you, they weren't actually doing most of the work. They just
got
came up with the
zucked.
idea, but they did get
When you get
they get zuck sucked.
It's like sucked.
They got zuck fucked.
Just reminds me of the movie where it's just like, we want to create a social network. You mean like MySpace? No, a different one. Drop the. Just Facebook. That movie had good moments. All right.
In other news,
That's a good one though.
Yeah, it was. But
sure.
It was very deep. It's like a high pitched burp. It had like a really.
remember how you said you're 25? I think you're actually like 20. You know, I don't know.
25.
You think 25?
You're not 25.
I think you're younger. Than
I'm 25, and you're not 25.
No, you're like a 32.
No. If I was 32, I would have my own house, and I'll be gone.
Would you say he's more of like a 32?
Yeah.
No.
He's got like the maturity aspect. Like he's got like the dad.
In terms of his career, yeah, but I just mean like.
Oh, yeah, in terms of career, sure. But in terms of, like, living,
No, I'm not talking about living. I'm talking about like personality and like
are you saying that because I actually know how to refill a dishwasher?
possibly.
Okay. And yes, that was some shade, but, you know, I mean it.
Women of the house do the dishes.
Well, you get fucked more than me, so.
Wow.
I don't mean all the sass, so people who are listening, don't worry. We don't hate each other. I just like throwing sass.
This is how he is 100% of the time.
I like throwing
whether we're on
sass.
this show or not. This is all Nico is sass.
This is how we deal with my quarantine.
Nico, is it a regular thing for you that you just, because I know that you feel bad after you throw sass.
It depends on how much sass I throw and how seriously they take it.
So is it like regular for you to just like say something to somebody and then have to sit there and go, oh, I didn't mean it like
Sometimes.
that. Okay.
It depends on how seriously they take it.
Because you've done that to me a couple times
Yeah.
where you've like thrown sass and then.
Sometimes
I feel like there's sometimes where he's throwing sass because he know it's bothering someone and he'll
sometimes-
continue to do it. And then it's like,
No, okay. Here is a look into my sass throwing. Sometimes I throw too much without thinking about it. That was when I was at FNT that one time.
FNT,
That
yeah.
was me throwing too much sass without me realizing it.
yeah.
I didn't mean to do that much. I was kind of joking.
For those who are
And
curious,
off the Sasquatch.
during an FNT episode, I was trying to bring up during one of our little music talking segments. I was like, yeah, been a pretty good week. Played a little bit of VR. You know, it's kind of fun. I mean, I was really enjoying. What was it? Super Hot.
I like how
Super
this
Hot.
is like you're falling out. Like
Super Hot.
No, it
And
wasn't
then-
a falling out. It's how I got kicked off of
And
going
Nico
on
was like,
FNT.
I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. And Nico was like, yeah, and, you know, like as you get better at it. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty decent at it. And then you were just like, not really, or something. I forget what.
No, I forget what I said.
it was. Mean, though.
It was meaner than that. It was way meaner than that. I think it was like, well, maybe if you were good at it or something. I forget. It was something really mean. But I was also playing a game, and I was not paying attention, and I had no filter. I usually have a very strong filter.
be
I have
fair-
like filters upon filters upon filters, and apparently they were all up that day.
No,
and-
because when you're in a mood, you don't have any filters.
Yeah,
like,
the-
if you've just
the
got done
filters
playing
go
like,
up.
if you just done playing League or something, he just gets in a very different mood where he's just out for pain.
or
Like he was abused playing that game so badly that he just wants to inflict pain on others. So like his
a little
sass
bit.
filter is just completely gone.
what other ones? When you said that you were gonna 1v1 me last week, that one got like filters go all the way up, and I'm just gonna be like, fuck you. You're gonna get all the sass. I have a lot more ammunition against you, Faye, than Paradox. Because getting nitpicky about Paradox is
Nirok, don't buy zucksuck.com.
do it. Make it link to FurCast
zucksuck.com. Forget none of them.
to this episode.
He already owns fursuitass.com.
Does it just have pictures of fursuit butts?
Yeah, it's just fursuit buds.
Okay.
And you can email him nirok@fursuitass.com.
Nice.
Did you ever look up Zuck for Urban Dictionary?
No.
To make sure.
I don't wanna.
Oh, there is Zuckit or Zuck, Z-U-C-C.
What's funny
But-
is I know a couple of furries who work at Facebook, And all of them are so into those memes. Like, all of them are like, yeah, man, I get paid the Zuck bucks.
The Zuck suck is a term described by corporations such as Facebook stealing your user data.
Okay.
But it's
fair.
ZUCCSUCC.
Zuck suck.
That is completely fair.
Have you ever heard the term Sherlocked?
No.
That's a term. So you know how like Apple will introduce a new feature in their OS that was like previously a third-party app?
Mm-hmm.
That's called being Sherlocked.
Oh.
And the reason why is because back in the day there was this search app called Sherlock.
Okay.
And then in the next version of the OS, it was built in. And so that company that previously like sold like an app for like $1 or whatever, like went out of business. And so people were like, oh, they got Sherlocked. And so now that's just like the term. So whenever they come out with a new feature that used to be something, like if they introduce a new thing in the weather app that was previously something, it would be like, oh, they got Sherlocked.
I love how
I love that.
The word of the day, thoughts and prayers. I couldn't care less, but one must keep up appearances, right?
Wow.
Your frenemy has a family tragedy. Thoughts and prayers.
But I like that like Sherlocked has spread beyond like the iOS ecosystem, and now it's just like a general term where whenever like your software gets obsoleted by somebody else's software, it's called Sherlocking.
Oh.
Which I love. That's so good.
Oh.
The Zuck suck. I'd still love thoughts and prayers as being the most like hateful thing you could say to someone.
I love the BoJack episode that's named Thoughts and Prayers,
Yeah.
and the entire episode is like mass shootings.
And like thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and
Yep, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Yes, thoughts and prayers.
I think that's what started this whole thing. That thing that now
Yeah.
it's just like the most apathetic sympathy that you can give to someone.
Yeah.
Which is I love was when
I should have
Trump got what's like COVID. Fucking Ron Perlman, the first thing he tweets was thoughts and prayers.
The
Stop
Twitter
laughing.
count, like I forget what his name is, but he's God on Twitter. Whatever guy plays God on Twitter, was just
Morgan
like
Freeman.
no, it's some user account that's like God or whatever. Posts, please reply to this tweet. Please start a tweet thread with your prayers here. And some person replies and goes, well, I would offer my prayers, but they're under audit. And I was like, ooh, that's good.
Sneeze again.
You have to sneeze. Could just do it here, and then we'll all just claim that you have COVID.
No, because I'm not going to sneeze now, and I'm just going to have that annoying tingling feeling.
New York says thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That the
Thoughts.
thoughts and
Yeah.
prayers.
THOTS.
Zucket is a noun, a term referring
Do you
to
have an article?
referring to the rejection of
Faye,
and
Faye.
resistance of the popular social network.
Faye, I'm too tired.
When you zuck it, it's the act of deleting one's Facebook account.
Read an article, or we're just going to go to the email.
I have an article. I
Then
was
read it.
looking up to make sure zuck it.
Read it.
Zuck suck was a thing.
I'm tired.
You have to always look up Urban Dictionary
Do
because
we?
you need to know.
Do you?
Yes.
No.
This one has a video. Watch as goats now walking in 2020 on their hind legs walks into your nightmares.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about your nightmare that from this morning that you forgot that you told me about.
Yeah, I did.
Did you remember it, or did
No.
you forget? Okay. So, just so you know, you woke up this morning when I came out downstairs. I was like walking past the couch, and you were just like, and I'm like, what? Are you okay? And he's like, tomatoes. You were throwing tomatoes at me. I'm like, no, I wasn't. And you were like, in my dream, I had a nightmare about tomatoes. And tomatoes are getting thrown at me. And you kept like, talking about tomatoes. And I was just like, oh, okay, Faye. And you're like, and your eyes were like the most buggy I've seen, which is saying something for you. And I was like, okay, Faye. You okay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, do you want me to throw a tomato at you? And you're like, no. I'm like, Faye, go back to sleep. And you're like, yeah. And you literally just put your head down and went back to sleep.
Because I think you like panic woke me.
I was so quiet. I did not do like a noise. I walked past you as loud as I normally do. And you were just like you were like up. And
I woke up from sound asleep to like fully awake.
And of course it was when I was there and you were talking to me. Like everything made sense. You just looked like you were high on cocaine. And I was just like, okay, Faye. And I really, really wanted to get one of the tomatoes that we have in our fridge, which I think actually might have been like spoiled.
And just throw it.
And just no, I want to throw it at you. I would just put it like in your hand and then walk away.
Remember when you like ghost walked or slept walked?
Oh, I sleepwalk all the time.
and like moved things around.
So, just so you know, I sleepwalk all the time.
I think my favorite was
There
the
was-
bathroom mirror.
I was about to say, one time,
I still don't remember this. What happened?
I will tell you. One morning, I sleptwalk and I took the bathroom mirror and I hid it somewhere. No idea where. I just put it somewhere. And I was like, where's the bathroom mirror? And like Paradox and I were like, where's the bathroom mirror? And we thought, you guys took it. And we're just like, okay. And a week later, like we're still wondering where it went. A week later, it just magically appeared again. And I'm pretty sure I sleptwalked and I got it back. I'm not sure. I have no confirmation. But I don't believe in ghosts and I don't believe in fairies or anything like that. And yes, I know that just killed a fairy if you believe, if for all you hook fans over there.
Wow.
I know.
Mr. Disney.
No, because that's actually more
Wait,
like
you
a hook
hit it
thing.
and then you got you.
I got it back.
You got it back.
Well, it paired back, and Ikazuri said it wasn't her.
I didn't even know the mirror was missing.
It was missing for like a week, and it was like one of the first months I've been living here. And I swear to you, I probably have sleptwalked more than that, and no one has caught it yet.
All right, so here's Faye's article here.
And I was actually like really terrified of MFF because I knew I sleptwalked, and I knew that ledge was like really just like there, and I'm like, am I gonna go over it? Because I can open doors in my sleep. I have done it. I have walked out of my dorm room and I made it to the like from one end of the hallway to the other end, and I ran into a window, and that woke me up. And then I realized that I probably shouldn't sleep in just underwear because I was in the end of my hallway in just underwear without a key, and I was like, fuck. So I had to go back and I had to like try to wake up my roommate, and he did not like me. He didn't like me beforehand, but that's okay.
Villagers stunned as goat walks through town.
Okay.
The guy almost crashes his bike.
Is that the whole news story?
Is that it?
You don't have to read it. We could just be like, hey, look, there's a goat and it's walking.
the goat and it's
Fans of
walking.
horror films might recall a particularly sinister goat in 2015 movie, The Witch. I love The Witch because the first episode, like first 5 minutes, was baby butter. We were laughing so hard when me and Ikasuri watched it because like the witch steals a baby and just like mashes it up into like
butter.
into butter. It's like he steals a baby, and then the next scene is just like this like mortar and pestle.
Mortar and pestle.
And all I could think of is, oh, baby butter. And we couldn't think of anything. Like it was like supposed to be like a sad, traumatic scene, and like I couldn't stop thinking about baby butter
Wow.
because she like literally just fucking mashes a baby into like, and then she starts rubbing it all over her skin, and I was like,
She
finest-
did the mash.
the baby mash. Who particularly, who was a partial to getting on its hind legs and hopping around. It seemed the movie stars of bipedal antics served as the inspiration for a goat in India, who chose October of all months to take a walk through the town on two legs. Goats are a member of the Bovide family, sounding much like a group from out of town who have just taken up recent residency in the Goth mansion, and such are hoofed mammals that usually walk on all fours. The males often have horns, yada yada. The two-legged approach is usually only reserved for when passions are running high, it'd be like a fight or mating. So to see a goat just casually strutting its stuff like a human being is quite surprising.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, just like October, it's this month.
Unless you're listening to it in the future.
Yeah, unless you're listening in the future, which don't do that.
Well, what if they're listening to it from the past?
The footage is of this inspiring pan. Aspiring pan. You know, like the half human leg,
Yeah.
goat-legged person
Got
was
it.
like, "What is he
I
holding?"
mean, that's a satyr, I believe.
That was a pan.
No, it's a satyr.
What's a pan then?
I don't know.
Something you cook with.
No.
I mean, it is. Well, you don't cook, so.
Well, can you search for the difference between a pan and a satyr?
I don't care. Pan has a labyrinth.
Fun. Oh, they're commonly confused, apparently. Oh, Pan is a god who is a satyr. That's why. In the same manner as a faun or satyr, yeah. Anyway,
Learn something new.
why don't we do one more article and then we'll do emails, which there's only one email.
I do have a quick funny one though. Just something that's
All right.
That works.
Danbury, Connecticut to rename sewage plant after John Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
They voted.
They did?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is it happening?
City Council voted 18-1 to rename the sewage plant after the comedian who went on the expletive filled rant on Danbury in August.
That's beautiful.
Just today, the City Council voted 18-1 Thursday night to rename the sewage plant after the comedian who began the tongue-in-cheek battle with Danbury and went on an expletive-filled rant about the cities on HBO's Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. In August, Mayor Mark Booten said he didn't waste any time responding to social media. He posted a video of himself at the sewage plant saying the city was going to name it after Oliver. Why? The Republican mayor asked, because it's full of crap, just like you, John. That was a great, witty,
That
remark
was good,
back.
yeah.
I have to give him that. It's full of crap, just like you.
Yeah. That's funny. I love John Oliver.
Through a delighted response from Oliver, he went up the city again because Button later said he was just joking. Oliver upped the stakes and on August 30th offered to donate $55,000 to local charities in Danbury, followed by renaming the plant. I know I wanted to name your fuck factory, your shit factory, but now you've floated it as an option, and it's all I want, Oliver stated. Button said that Friday that the feud between him and Oliver has been a good distraction from the coronavirus and other troubles of the times. He also said Oliver promised donations that helped spur local fundraising efforts in the area food bank and ended up collecting a few $100,000 for feeding needy families. The mayor added that he would be offering tours of the sewer plant for $500 as donations to local food pantries. So if you want a tour of the sewer plant, the John Oliver sewer plant, it's $500 now.
Wow.
I think it's been a home run. It's been a lot of fun. Booten said in the spat, if I could put food on people's tables for Thanksgiving by naming a sewer plant after a very popular comedian, we'll do it all day long. Oliver has offered to provide a new sign for the plant, including his name, as well as an intended ribbon cutting, Booten said. The timeline has not been fully finalized. The representative for Oliver and HBO has no immediate comment on Friday. It's not clear why Oliver singled out Danbury for his tongue lashing. He first brought up the city during August segment on racial disparities in jury sections processing, citing problems in the few Connecticut towns from decades ago. He noted Danbury's charming railway museum and its historic Heathstone Castle. I know exactly 3 things about Danbury. USA Today ranked it the second best city to live in 2015. It was the center of America's hat industry, and if you're there, you have a standing invite to come get a thrashing from me. So yeah,
Wow.
They officially named the sewer plant after.
There you go.
So, and I have one more.
All right, one more. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wish I had one more.
Yeah, it was his short one.
It's a lie. Everything's a lie.
Tonight has a blue, or this month has a blue moon.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So once in a blue moon, my calling card is happening this month.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's not on my birthday on Monday, but
Oh.
I wish it was. because
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You're turning 25.
For how many times?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll only be the second time. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years have you been 25 though?
According to folklore, the next blue moon will come out on October 31st, 2020.
According to folklore? The hell does that mean?
Apparently folklore. I just picture like this like hillbilly sitting on a bench. He's like,
Well, I'm thinking it's gonna be the end of this month.
hey, folklore. What if his name was like folklore?
Hey, folklore.
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 Be a great first name. What's your name? Folklore. What would the last name be, though? It'd have to be good.
Music. It's folklore music. So it's folk music or folklore.
What's your name? Folk music. It's only called a blue moon because it's the second of 2 full moons in a single calendar month.
Oh.
Once in a blue moon.
Right. When they just happen to line up.
Because once a moon
When it happens to line up such that there's 2, yeah.
full moons in a single month.
Yeah.
When's the last blue moon?
I don't know. Google it.
That's something you can Google.
Well, you have an easier time Googling. I'm reading.
It's Google.
You two are both doing nothing at the moment while I am reading this article.
I am staying awake.
What's the previous blue moon?
And term happened on March 31st, 2018.
Wow,
So about once a year.
that's more than a year.
More than a year. Yeah, about a year and a... Yeah.
It's like over 2 years.
Oh, 2018. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I forgot.
I know 2020 has been long, but
Sorry, 2020 has been a long year. It's been, it's been a couple years, so.
most blue moons are not blue in color. God damn it. This photo of a blue moon among fast-moving clouds is created using a special blue filter. Oh, fuck. It's ruined for me now. That means that werewolves come out twice this month.
Hot.
I guess it depends on the type of werewolf.
I thought werewolves only came out on full moons.
No, I meant like the type of werewolf or
Well,
if it's
yeah,
hot.
even that depends on the type of werewolf.
What type of werewolf comes out only on a blue moon?
I don't know. That type of werewolf.
Is it like a silver werewolf, like the legendary?
No, I don't know.
The next blue moon is to be scheduled on October 31st, 2020.
Scheduled.
It is called the blue moon because we fit it into the schedule of
Yeah.
2020.
Scheduled. Hope we can meet it.
I mean, yeah, the year of 2020 is definitely the year
Well,
of
and I
once in a
think-
blue moon.
I think when you say something is scheduled, you're implying that like you might not make it or like it might not happen. And I feel like we might not get to October 31st. So that it's accurate.
My excuse for everything that happens is just like, it's 2020. Like,
That's a bad excuse.
I mean, if it fits.
If the boat fits.
If the boat fits, there's a snake in my boat.
Ugh, my nose.
It's called a blue moon only because it's the second of 2 full moons occur in a single calendar month. The last blue moon was by definition on March 31st, 2018.
Hey.
You literally have to read one more sentence. And he yelled at us about having to. We're not doing anything.
Hey, can you Google this next sentence? Thanks.
I wanted active participation from the class. I wanted to show that you were paying attention.
I better get 100.
You get 100 participation grade. Nico gets a 50.
Why did he get a 50?
Because he's not participating with the class.
Okay.
The first full moon of that month, by the way, will fall on October 1st, 2nd, 2020, and then Northern Hemisphere harvest. It's actually going to be a harvest moon, one of the largest. So we have the largest moon, the harvest moon, this month. And then another moon, a blue moon, this month.
It's a lot of moons.
Moons.
Moon.
Moon. God damn it, moon.
October is moon. There's another definition of blue moon. It can be the third of four full moons in a single season, with a season being between solstice and equinox. The next seasonal blue moon will be August 22nd, 2021.
Okay.
That seems weird to me.
I like how they're implying that the color blue is rare.
I think that's the whole implication.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to get across.
Once in a blue fox.
Once in a blue fox.
So when you give a blue fox, it's like you're actually giving more. In recent years, people have used the name blue moon for 2 different sorts of moons, second of 2 full moons in the calendar month, and third of 4 full moons in a single season. Blue-colored moons in photos like the ones in the page are usually made of a special blue camera filter or post-processing programs such as Photoshop. Sorry to disappoint.
Oh, well, in that case.
Someday you might see a true blue moon in the sky. Blue-colored moons are very rare, aren't necessarily full, and happen when the Earth's atmosphere contains dust or smoke particles of a certain size considered to be wider than 900 nanometers. So like all of California right now might end up seeing a blue moon.
Yeah.
Particles of this size are very efficient at scattering red light. When these particles are present in the air... The article started moving on its own. And the moon shines through them, the moon may appear blue in color. For more about truly blue-colored moons, click here. Meanwhile, the full moon you'll see on October 31st, 2020 won't likely look blue unless there's some other circumstance, like the fires.
Yeah.
But as the second full moon in a month, many will still call it a blue moon.
The definition of circumstance is just like climate change.
The fact that it falls on October 31st, though.
Yeah, that is pretty fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Emails.
Oh, there's very rarely a seasonal blue moon. For this to happen, you need 13 full moons between December solstice and a seasonal blue moon, and generally 13 full moons in one calendar year for a monthly blue moon. This next time will happen in the year 2048, when a monthly blue moon falls on January 31st and a seasonal blue moon falls on August 13th, 23rd. So a blue moon.
Blue moon. Blue squared.
Blue squared.
Blue
Then
squared.
19 years later, in the year 2067, there will be a monthly blue moon on March 30th and a seasonal blue moon on November 20th. And this is the 13 full moons between successive December solstice, but only 12 full moons in one calendar year.
All right. All right, I got an email. It is questions and game recommendation. Hello, Fuzzballs. It is Zenair, and I actually have a few questions this time as well as a game recommendation. I was wanting to maybe do something for everyone stuck indoors during this pandemic. I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black collecting dust, and a bunch of dogs eager to go on hikes and walks. I was wanting to rig us up with a camera and record outdoor activities for others to hopefully enjoy. If no one cares about the videos, then I'll at least have some good time to look back on. But what I was wondering was, is there some kind of software that is easy for beginner editors that can possibly help to smooth out the shakes from videos and help make adjustments to color and such? Pretty much
Stabilization, but it shrinks the size, so you'd want to have an overshot or overcompensated image.
Well, a GoPro's a pretty wide angle, so that's usually not an issue. I mean, it's really hard to not recommend DaVinci Resolve these days for video stuff. The only thing is, I wouldn't say it's complicated, but there's YouTube tutorials. You can look up some YouTube tutorials. The editing page is actually pretty clean.
It's not complicated in the sense of complication. It's complicated in the sense that there's so much that you can do. That it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
That when you first look at it, but I don't think it's like as complicated.
Yeah,
as it seems.
it's not complicated until you start getting into like the color management stuff, which is what I'm interested in. But we'll talk about that another time. I'm shooting HDR video recently. It's really fun. The next thing I was planning on during the pandemic was making up some challenges for a game called RimWorld. And recording the gameplay with commentary. Riveting stuff. I already have a mic, acoustic foam, and an idea of what software to use for the recording end of things, but what I was wondering was room size. I have a spare bedroom or a small closet I could use, but would the size matter to the audio recording? I prefer to use the closet for the price cut with the foam and be a lot more secluded from hordes of dogs that roam the house. Don't need Husky's commentary in there as well. Okay, so here's the deal. Two things, or a couple things actually. So one, acoustic foam is narrowband acoustic treatment, which means that it does not stop all reflection frequencies equally. So we have some, but we also have wideband absorption. So if
we don't have bass absorption in here, do we?
We do, yeah. We have bass traps in here. But the deal with acoustic foam is that it will taper off your high frequencies, and to your ears it will make the room sound very dead. But in fact, it actually leaves a lot of like the 500 hertz region, which is around here. That region a lot of times will build up quite a lot, along with your like 200 hertz region, which is like right down here, this region. Either way, definitely, every little bit helps. But if it's just a single microphone and you're not compressing it that much, honestly, as long as you're not in a completely barren room, you're fine. And if anything, if somebody's going to see you on video, especially, having a little bit of room noise is actually a very natural feeling. If it's pure, like, very clean voiceover, but somebody's seeing you on video, it actually is kind of jarring, and it almost seems like it's dubbed over. So I wouldn't get too obsessed with that. Now, even in this room, we have 4 mics on, and you can hear the room here, right? So it's nothing's ever perfect, right? As long as you just care about it even a little bit, it'll be fine. I almost guarantee you. And especially if you're using a dynamic mic, doesn't make that much of a difference. I would say focus on the content first and decide on all of that later. You could also try it in multiple different locations and then later on decide what you thought sounds best. Sometimes it's not until you really put it out there and you rewatch your own YouTube video a couple times that you start to think, I could make this sound better or something. And for the game recommendation, it's RimWorld. It's an amazing story generating colony sim for PC. The base game with the 3 storytellers that determine the events that happen is a blast, but the modding community has thousands of mods that can completely change the game, make it more challenging or even easier. I bet Pharaoh would let out his inner mad scientist with the mod's genetic rim, or Pawn Morpher. Wow. One lets you splice animal DNA with other animals, and the other lets you splice animal DNA with colonists or volunteers to basically making furries. And even as a multiplayer mod, though I've never used it. I spent more time than I'd like to admit playing this game. I'm even willing to grab a Steam code for you guys if it is something you would be interested in, so let me know if you like the game, unless you already have it. Then that's cool too. Anyway, thanks all for now. Thanks so much for any help you can provide, and stay safe, guys. Zenair the Mutt, who I believe is one of our patrons. I think is one of our patrons. But anyway, Zenair the Mutt, thanks. Well, there we go.
What game was it?
RimWorld.
Can you pull it up?
Pull it up on my computer really quick. Oh yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this game. Like 2D world building kind of thing.
Like Terraria?
Terraria.
Yeah, it almost looks like that, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to watch a trailer and watch some YouTube gameplay. And that's it. I think we're done.
Did you watch John Oliver last week?
I did not know. I'm actually a bit behind on John Oliver. I've been super busy.
I got excited because he has 3 now art pieces that he's going to donate to museums. Mm-hmm. The one is the rats.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're going to go on tour.
That's good.
There's the rats one, the Thai one, and then they got that one woman that was eating a food. I can't remember her name. Whatever it is, that she's eating a pork chop. So those are the 3 art pieces that he has. Mm-hmm. But he was like, they're going to go on tour, and I really, before he said it was for museums, I was like, oh my God, we need to apply it to have it in the studio to be on tour for us. Imagine having the fucking rat thing in the studio here.
That'd be great.
But I want to try to get the Buffalo Museum of Science to host it because he's going to donate to local.
And just random.
We can go to the local art museum and see the rats.
Kind of sad though. Our art museum is closed for the next couple years.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh, right, Knox, because they have to redo everything.
Oh really?
Yeah. Everything about it was leaking. No art was safe. There were so many things that could be damaging to art, so they couldn't store it, and so they have to rebuild everything. It's a 3-year project.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Where do they store all the art?
Somewhere else. They try to store it in the basement, but where you normally would, and it's leaking. Literally, I went there once when it was raining, and it was leaking, in the just on the floor.
Yeah.
Imagine if we publicly funded, these places, these museums, so they weren't struggling. Can you imagine that, a society where these places of education?
Yeah, a society that values the arts. What a concept.
Where you could go and the government gives money to these said locations. So
well, to be fair, they are renovating, I guess, but I assume you got to have expensive HVAC systems too, because I know some of those art pieces need like a specific amount of humidity, stuff like that.
Just be, it'd just be nice, like to have like, these like compendiums of like these buildings that has history over time, that you could like go visually see, and
Yeah.
it's a strange concept. I mean, I think past cultures did it once.
Yeah.
And you see, they don't have any past cultures anymore. So I mean, obviously, it didn't work out for them. So
Yeah.
we're already on that downfall. So.
All right, guys. I've been your host, Paradox Red Wolf.
I've been your once in a blue fox, Pharaoh.
I'm tired. Nico, hi. I faded real hard that last half.
Good night, guys. See you next week.